Hello and namaste, my beautiful friends. I am Jill Loftus of Nuit, Astrology. Welcome to your planetary energy forecast for the week of November the 25th, 2024. This week wraps up November and ushers in December. December is a challenging astrological month, particularly at the end of it. So there's some beautiful aspects to take advantage of this week. So let's lean into those positive planets so that we can make some progress this week. Now, realize that as we start the week, Mercury is going to pause in the sky and begin moving retrograde. So this is an optical illusion. From our vantage point here on Earth, it appears as though the planets are moving backwards. Mathematically, what they're doing is retracing certain pathways in the chart. And this entire retrograde period is in the sign of Sagittarius. So wherever Sagittarius is for you, you are going to have to redo something or reconsider something, rethink, repair. So awareness of where Sagittarius is and allow yourself to be adaptable and ready to double check everything, because classic Mercury retrograde issues include miscommunications, things not going according to plan, and particularly in the sign of Sagittarius, because the sun is also in Sagittarius at this time. We're going to have a new moon in Sagittarius at the end of the week as we launch December. And, you know, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is in Gemini, which is Mercury's favorite sign. And so there's a little bit of this cross-cultural happening here, where the planet of looking at the larger world is hanging out in the sign of the neighborhood. And the planet related to communicating on the daily, the way we think, write, and speak, is in that philosophical, broad-minded, worldly sign of Sagittarius. So there's a push-pull between the local and the rest of the world, the neighborhood and the smaller influence versus the influence in the broader scale of things. So if you find yourself reconsidering your personal philosophies, your understandings, perhaps being drawn to read or educate yourself in a new way, this could be part of that Mercury retrograde phase for you. Now, we also have two really interesting configurations that are positive forming in the sky. One of them is a grand fire trine between Mars in Leo, the Sun in Sagittarius, and the North Node in Aries. And literally, when you look at the wheel, they make a triangle in the sky. It's beautiful flow of energy. All fire signs, right? So all flowing in fire. On top of this, perched on top of this beautiful flow, is another smaller triangle, which we would call a minor grand trine. When you put them together, they create this formation that literally looks like a kite and is called the kite formation. This minor grand trine consists of a flow between the Sun and Mars, which is part of that bigger grand trine. But they also connect beautifully to the South Node in the configuration of each sending sextile energy to that South Node in Libra. So if you have any important planets or points in Sagittarius, in Leo, in Libra, in Aries, this is a very potent week for you. And remember, the nodes of the moon have been in these two signs, Aries and Libra, the sign of the individual and the partner, for almost a year now, probably a little bit over a year now. And they're getting ready to move and change next year into Pisces with the Virgo energy across the sky, right? So this is a pretty big change that is getting ready to happen. And in the month of December, the nodes are speeding up their journey. Sometimes they spend up to a whole month, maybe even more, at 1 degree, at the same degree, right? But they're going to traverse from now till the end of the year, all the way down to 0, 1, okay? 1 degree of Aries and Libra. Very important karmic turning points. This is a 19-year cycle that is reaching a culmination here. And so there's definitely some positive flows of energy that are helping us to find the highest possible relationships to engage in, how to maintain our independence within our partnerships, how to partner in a more higher vibrational way. And so you may really see that this week. Remember also with all this beautiful fire blessing, it means it's very action oriented. These are things that you're going to want to pursue. But remember the Mercury retrograde cycle, and remember also that Mars is in the shadow of its retrograde. It will station and begin to move backwards next month at around 6 degrees of the sign of Leo, and then go all the way back into, I want to say it's 16 or 17 Cancer, right? It's a pretty long wave that we're going to be going through here. So some of the things that are coming through this week may still have a little bit of a story to tell into early next year and the spring of next year. So, as you know, all the protocols to do for Mercury retrograde: don't purchase things unless you have to, right? You need to get a new car, you get a new car. It might be better to get a used car during a Mercury retrograde, right? But you're doing all the repairs, the rethinking, the reconsidering. But it's not the best time to, for example, buy a new phone or get a new toaster, or even to order software or something like that. Anything related to technology or electronics, probably not the best thing to do. And I know we're coming up on Christmas, so if you have not already made those purchases, probably you're going to want to wait till like the middle of January sales, okay? You might have to give a voucher or I don't know, wrap up the box and actually buy it later, right? So just keep that in mind. And also remember, with Mercury retrograde, sometimes there's miscommunications, there's misunderstandings. You thought you sent it, it's sitting in the drafts folder, all of that stuff. So if you get the inkling, oh no, I need to follow up on that, yes, you should. Also realize that sometimes even just in speaking or writing, there'll be miscommunications. Remember that texting is an imperfect form of communication. Sometimes you should just ring them up on the phone, okay? All right, so we've got this gorgeous kite formation. You're going to feel that all week. It kind of culminates in the center of the week, all right? So feel into that energy. Also take note, we have a couple long moon voids. On the 25th, we have one from 12:35 a.m. Eastern till 6:20 a.m. Eastern. So more relevant for the European and UK clients than the US, but it's there. We also have another really long moon void on the 27th. So it is moon void from 4:14 a.m. Eastern to 7:21 p.m. Eastern. This is the day before American Thanksgiving, and so if you are saving your errands to run on that day, please be cautious, because you might not be able to achieve what you are planning to achieve. So I would not overschedule that day. I would definitely make sure there's plenty of space for things not to go according to plan. It'd be better if you have everything ready before that, and that would be a better day to be just to maybe do something fun, pleasurable, a fun activity with loved ones, or, engage in those lovely moon void activities, art and music and meditation and creative pursuits, but not necessarily big decision making or linear thinking. And also keep that in mind in case you encounter any issues with traveling, because this is not going to be the best travel energy. All right. Our new moon is on the 1st, December 1st at 1:21 a.m. Eastern at 9 degrees in the sign of Sagittarius. Now, this is an interesting new moon in that it is receiving some pressure from Saturn, which, you tend to think of square energy as being not necessarily beneficial, but I also love that it gives some structure and integrity to this new moon, right? You could go too big with Sagittarius. You could be, have this audacious intention or manifestation that you wish to create, and then Saturn is just going to be there making sure that you have the ability to structure it, pay for it, put in the work that needs to be done, and really understand what you're trying to create. Now, as this moon culminates and continues, Mercury will be pretty co-present with it, and the Jupiter in Gemini is right across the sky from it. So it's not the most easeful full moon, but it is one that I think you will be filled with ideas, with possibility, and potential. So, and keep in mind for December, there are 2 new moons, one on the 1st, one on the 30th. So there'll be a black moon at the end of December. And December is a challenging month, all right? Now, another thing to kind of lean into, a positive thing here, is that we have a lovely Mercury trine to Chiron here. And so Chiron is in Aries, Mercury's in Sagittarius. Even though it's moving backwards, it's still sending beautiful energy to that healer. So there could be activities, conversations, philosophies, understandings coming through about what has hurt you in the past and how to move through it with wisdom. I'm also really digging at the end of the week. We have a gorgeous formation being created between Venus in Capricorn and Uranus in Taurus. So definitely could be some positive love kind of connections being made. You might encounter somebody. You might dedicate yourself to something you're passionate about. There could be a positive financial development or something along those lines. So there's this beautiful earth flow of energy, but just don't be too rigid about it, because with Uranian energy involved, of course, you have to almost allow it to surprise you. So look for that aha moment that comes between Capricorn and Taurus in your chart. Now for the week, when I would say the light is that grand trine and that minor trine, which create that kite formation. It's very, very karmic as far as relationships, moving you forward so that you're embracing your independence in your relationship, you're partnering in a positive way that's not self-sacrificing, not sacrificial at all. Really, really finding the best way to collaborate with others. I'm also really digging the new moon, even with the tensions that are involved there. I think this just gives it a little bit more gravitas and something that you can really work with and manifest. And I'm loving the Uranus trine because I'm a good Taurus Libra rising, so Venus is my star, and with her connecting beautifully with Taurus, I'm loving that as well. As far as the shadow, well, Mercury positing in the sky, I feel like this Mercury retrograde is going to be ferocious. So I've already had a lot of issues, although I think part of that was the Sun-Uranus opposition, but I think it's going to be a pretty potent Mercury retrograde cycle. I'm also really watching that new moon square to Saturn, opposing Jupiter. I'm excited about the new moon, but also I'm not going to be too overly ambitious with it, right? I'm going to try to really structure my manifestations so that I know what I'm trying to create. And then finally, we have a T-square building in the sky. A bit of tension is forming that you'll feel more into next month, but we're really beginning to watch Mars across the sky from Pluto, picking up that tension with I think it's the nodes. Let me double check. I'm going to pull up my chart real quick. The T-square. Yeah, it's Saturn, Jupiter, Mercury. That's one of them. And then we've got the Saturn, Jupiter, Mercury is forming. And then we also have Saturn, Jupiter, Sun. All those two T-squares forming for the month of December. I'm really not looking forward to that Pluto-Mars energy in opposition again. So keeping a little eye out on that. So I hope this was useful and helpful to you. Please drop a comment below. Hop on the website. I have lots of great information there for you. I have a brand new reading that I'm offering called Life Path and Purpose. So really great for figuring out the trajectory of your incarnation and what it is you're here to do. Let's take a look at the Isis Lotus Tarot and see what information that can offer us to assist us with the week. I wish you a wonderful American Thanksgiving if you celebrate, and a wonderful launch into December. Hello, darlings. Let's take a look at the Isis Lotus Tarot spread for the week of November 25th. I can't believe I'm saying that. 2024. Lord have mercy. All right, let's take a look. Now, this is a spread that indicates there's two different ways to work with the energy. And so let's see, because there's some positive stuff to work with this week. And it may even be just this is like what's instructing you on what you need to do in order to prepare for that new moon. You know, we've got two fresh start energies happening in December. And December's a lot, especially by the time we hit the 15th. Yeah. Okay. So reading for the collective, Isis Lotus, week of November 25th. What do we need to know in order to manage the energy in our highest and best interests? Interesting. The star popped up, so that's something to remember for the whole week, that we can put things together again, okay? All right. First card is the past. So somehow there is a sensitive masculine energy that's influencing where you're coming from. This could be a person that you know, it could be you. And then you are Ace of Wands, ready to start something new. Okay, there's something you want to initiate this week. And the environment is the High Priestess. So the divine feminine, don't forget that she is around to support us. You've got to lean into your practices. You've got to learn to be able to see in the dark, okay? See in the dark. Now, as these things come together, we've got the Death card. Endings. Something's got to end. Something's going to be removed. Key card of the future, 10 of Pentacles. Abundance. Remember, this could be actual like material wealth. This could be a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of strength, a wealth of support. I mean, whatever this is, you're coming from an empowered place. And the opposing forces in play, our friend the Tower, dramatic change, or Four of Swords, biding our time and waiting for the right timing. Now, near future detail card, Six of Wands. So either somebody's coming to you for advice or you are in the spotlight in some way. In some way, it's about acknowledging your own power and receiving the adulation, the people that are coming to you, right? Your people are coming. However that you want to, see that. Now, the modifiers over on the Tower side is Two of Swords, that you might not want to see that. Like it may make you uncomfortable. On the Four of Swords side, Ace of Cups. So there's something else. Not only are we coming from an Ace of Wands energy, there might be more of an emotional fulfillment component here. Now, on the Tower side, paired with the Two of Swords, Six of Swords. So what you're not seeing is the way to move towards a better place, okay? It's like, I don't think I can get there. Yes, you can. On the Four of Swords side, with the Ace of Cups, we have the Five of Pentacles. Now, there could be a concern that you don't have enough resources, or maybe even that you just don't fit in. You don't feel accepted or welcome. On the Tower side, we finish up by the possible progression of coming to the Strength card, of needing to be patient, compassionate, and wise. On the Four of Swords side, we have the Page of Wands. So I would say that this is the culmination is, I have a new idea of how I want to move forward. On the Tower side with the Strength card, the Hanging Man. All right, so again, two elements, major arcana that indicate patience, persistence, and divine timing are engaged in whatever it is you're trying to achieve. Ooh, on the Four of Swords side with the Page of Wands, we have the Lovers. So this could be the perfect situation, the perfect job, the perfect opportunity, the perfect lover in order to help you with what you want to manifest. So let's begin again. The basic influence of the past, there's some kind of masculine energy, somebody who's kind of emotional or sensitive. And somehow you have come from that interaction to wanting to start something. Perhaps that's you wanting to embrace your King of Cups energy, you as a healer, you as a sensitive person who yet is also in charge of making decisions. The environment, the High Priestess, know that the divine feminine is present for you. If you don't feel connected, ask for a sign, ask for a feather, ask for a coin, ask for double numbers, ask for a sign. All right. And then move forward with it. Don't continually question. As these things all come together, death. There will need to be an ending, right? That is how beginnings begin, with endings. Key card of the future is to remember your abundance, your wealth. What you need will come to you, all right? And what is, modifying this, the one side is the Tower. Once you really set yourself on this journey, there's going to need to be a dramatic change. Now remember, the Star popped out. The Star is influencing this whole spread, this whole week. And the Star is what comes after the Tower. The Star is about healing and hope. The Tower is about dramatic change. So once this shift happens, all of a sudden you might find yourself in some way thrust into the spotlight, okay? And this could be an uncomfortable place for you, as evidenced by this Two of Swords and Six of Swords. It's like, okay, I don't know how I feel about this. And this could be the trine opportunity that comes to you from that kite formation or that grand fire trine. But then the Six of Swords reminds you, you got to get to a better place, right? And that could be the change just by itself. On your journey there, though, you will need to be patient, gentle, kind, and strong. And then the timing might not be exactly what you want, but know that the delay doesn't mean a denial. On the other side, we're having this sense of energy of, okay, I know I want to move forward, but I just need to be in a state of preparation until I feel like, okay, now it's coming together. Either I'm being discovered by the right person to partner with. I'm thinking this is much more of a partnership energy on this side, with whom I can, Ace of Cups, develop this new thing. What I have to watch is that I don't vibe, with lack, with, I don't fit in, I'm not enough. It's not going to come together for me, okay? And then you'll have this new drive or desire, Page of Wands, that you're going to want to achieve, and the Lovers. It's perfect. All right, well, this is very interesting energy to literally sail into this week with this kite formation and culminate in a new beginning with this Sagittarius new moon. I hope it's a marvelous week for you. Please keep in touch. Please hop on the website. Got lots of good stuff going on there for you. And have a great week. Bye.